Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope that we are all doing well. I hope that we are all good. As you saw in the title today, we've got some stuffed butternut. So that's the recipe that's coming from our 7-day plant-based meal plan. If you have not watched the 7-day plant-based meal plan, I don't know where you've been. I really don't. So I'd suggest that you actually watch that first. So I will link it on the screen somewhere. Today our butternut is going to be stuffed with some quinoa, some baby marrow, carrots, red peppers, garlic, name it. So if that sounds delicious, do stick around to see how that all comes together. Before I go on, please do like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their family, so that everybody ends up on the channel. Also, please get the notification bell on so you get notified every single time I post, all the time. And also please do follow me on all my socials. They are in the description box below. So like I said, before I go on further, let's get into today's video. Okay, cool guys, for day 2, this is what we have here. So I'm going to start off with this one. I've got some white quinoa here. You could get the mixed one that has the red and the black and the white, but yeah, I just chose to get the white quinoa only. And then I've got some baby marrow here. I've got the red peppers, but I'm actually only going to use the red one for this. And then I've got some butternuts here. I'm going to cut in half and going to boil and roast them. And then I have got some carrots in here as well. So that's what I'm going to be using for today. Okay, for those things it's really simple. I'm just going to cut them into half and then we're going to put them into our water. As you can see that the water is brown. It's actually sugar. I put brown sugar inside because it then sweetens up the butternut itself. Okay. So I've got my butternut in here. I'm going to let this go for a while because it needs to soften up, and then I'm going to finish it in the oven like I said. So this and and sugar is pretty much, not salt, sugar is all you need. Okay, so in here we basically have some water and some salt. This is for our quinoa. That's about, I would say at the top of my head, about 2 cups of water and normal iodized salt. Okay, so there's 3/4 cups in here of quinoa. I didn't put too much because, like I said, quinoa grows like rice, so you don't want to have a lot of it because you might not finish, and then you don't want to throw this away. It's too pricey to throw away, honestly. While my quinoa is going, I'm gonna go in there with some garlic to get our veggies for the whole thing going. Okay, so as you guys can see, my butternuts are out, and then I'm just gonna put them into the oven to dry them out a bit, because when you boil something, they have a tendency of being a little bit wet. So I'm just gonna get these into the oven for a little bit just to dry them out, and then I'm gonna scoop out the seeds and all of that you see in here. So don't worry about that. So this is what I put a little bit of oil at the bottom because my spring cook finished. So I couldn't put that. So this is going into the oven for about 10 minutes or so just to dry out a little bit, and then okay, so this is done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just run this under some cold water just to keep the starch. Just to take off the starch. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, I've strained that. I just used my sieve, my pastry sieve. So this is what that will look like. As you can see, it's a grain, so you'll definitely see that on with that. So now I have my veggies going. Then we're just going to chuck that in there. So we're going to add the quinoa in there, and I've done that. So I'm just going to Okay, so as As you guys can see, my butternuts are out, and I like how they just dried up a little bit. If you see liquid in them, for example, I'm just gonna like do this because I've already done this with other ones. That's okay. That's part of the drying process. So before you obviously, this is hot. Wow. Before you are gonna scoop this out, you'll get some liquid. So that's nothing to worry about, so to say. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve out the seeds and some of the butternut, just a little bit, not too much, and then we're gonna do the plating. Like I said to you guys, I just carved out the butternut just a little bit. Let me just bring it a little closer for you guys to see. So I just carved it out just a bit, not too much, because you don't want to like waste the butternut, because you still need that in order to be full, if we're actually being honest. So I'm just gonna go in with a tablespoon just to spoon in the quinoa into the butternuts. So I'm just gonna use the part that has like a bigger hole to put more in there, and then I'm just gonna carry on with the rest going in here. That's what that pretty much looks like. Let me just come at it at a different angle so you guys can see from the top. It's like I said, I am coming at it from a different angle at the top. That's pretty much all your stuff in here in the butternut. That's it really. To obviously you want to make your plate look nice or whatever, you could use whatever to kind of garnish your plate. Like I said, you could use anything to garnish pretty much. I don't have fresh parsley. I don't know what I was thinking really today. So I'm just gonna go in there just for it to look, you know, to look good. You just want your plate to cooperate with you when you're presenting stuff. So that's pretty much what you would do. That is all just for aesthetics, but other than that, that is that plate done. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell their friends, so that everybody ends up on the video the same way you are on this video. So I will see you guys in the next video.